Hi, my name is Dr. Larry Bergeron. I'll be your instructor over the next several weeks in Christian Worldview 101. Just wanted to introduce myself and then talk a little bit about the course. I'm a minister. I've pastored for over 10 years. I've also been an educator. I have taught in university, and I've been teaching online for over 20 years. I have two master's degrees, a Master's of Divinity, and I have a master's in historical theology. And I also have a doctorate in Christian leadership with an emphasis in family systems theory. I'm married. I have a wife of 46 years and two children who are in the medical field. I enjoy playing golf. I'm not very good at it, but I do enjoy playing the game. I also enjoy racquetball. I used to play it a whole lot more when I was younger. A little more difficult now, but very much an enjoyable game. Let's talk a little bit about the course. There are a few pointers that will help you to do well in the course. And so let's talk a little bit about the primary elements that are involved in the course. You will have discussions, assignments, and quizzes, and that is basically the primary elements that will determine your grade in the course. It's how well you do on those assignments. Let's talk about discussions. In our class, discussions consist of two elements. There is your initial post that will be made for the discussion. And of course, we have two discussions each week. Discussion one will always be due by Wednesday, and discussion two will always be due by Friday. In your discussion initial post, you'll provide an answer to the discussion question. Another element in the discussion is your response posts. You will be required to make two substantive response posts each day for a minimum of 4 days throughout the week. That's a total of 8 posts for your response posts. These responses that are substantive will count toward your participation points for each week. So you'll want to make sure that you are posting the 2 per day for 4 days minimum throughout the week in order to give you the most amount of points for your participation. I have provided a posting rubric that includes various techniques that you can use that will help you to make sure that you get a substantive tag on your response posts. So just be sure to look at that. That's included in this week's announcement, and I usually keep that displayed on every week's announcement as well. Okay, in your class assignments, you will have various questions to answer, and in those questions, you will be asked to look at our topic resources. So that brings another element that I need to mention to you, and that is that in previous classes, I've noticed that some students refer to our primary text is called The Beginning of Wisdom, and they refer to other editions of that, and even some that were not produced by Grand Canyon University. Those are not acceptable and will not count toward a reference citation. So be sure that you're using our current, it's the 5th edition, The Beginning of Wisdom, edited by Diffie and Holland in 2022. That will be provided for you. It's in the class. Look under the topic resources. And when you go into the topic resources, you'll see on the right side links to access that textbook as well as the topic overviews. So be sure that you're using the current textbook and resources in your answers. Part of the answer, again, will require you to submit a reference, And your references need to be comprised of 2 points. The first one is your in-text citation, which is actually your reference inside your answer. And then at the bottom of your assignment document, you will also provide a reference citation. All of this is spelled out as you open up the assignment and prepare to take it. So I would encourage you to look at the assignment rubric before you even begin working on the assignment, and this will give you some guidance and direction as to what's expected. All right, well, let me talk just a little bit now about the posting rubric. There are 4 techniques that are listed in there. The first technique has to do with answering the question fully. That is absolutely necessary for you to do in order to have your response post tagged as substantive. So be sure that you are making full use of that technique. Then there are other 3 techniques that you can add to it that will help to enhance your post and make sure that you get a substantive tag for your response post. If you have any questions about that, please don't hesitate to let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. The best way to get a hold of me would be through the messaging uh, option in Halo. I usually am not available on Sundays, but throughout the week, I will answer your posts within 24 hours. And so you should anticipate getting a response from me very quickly on any questions that you send to me through the messages. There's also the class questions option that's over on the left side navigation bar. And if you have any questions that you think um, are available for the entire class, in other words, that you don't have any private information that you don't want to share with the whole class. But if you have a question that relates to the course and that could help your classmates, then put it in the class questions, and then everybody can see it, and I will respond to that as well, and everybody can benefit from your observation or your question. Well, let's talk a little bit about the the culture, if you will, for lack of a better term, of the course. This is a Christian worldview class, but that doesn't mean that you have to be a Christian in order to do well in this class. The course is like any other course. If you are an art major and you take a course in physics, which is very different from art, obviously, you're still expected to learn the content of your texts and lectures and be able to report back. And that is how you earn a good grade in a physics course, even though you are maybe an art major. The same is true for this course. You don't have to be a Christian, but you do have to be able to demonstrate that you have read the materials and you understand the content and the principles that are being presented. So just approach it that way. I can assure you that you will be treated fairly, and there will be no prejudice in grading your paper. The only thing that is graded is your demonstration to uh, prove that you have read the material and your answers and your assignments reflect that. All right, so let me conclude by saying that I will be praying for each of you. I am sure that you have a full-time job. Many of you may have families, and you're very busy, and this course is going to add to your schedule. I'm very sensitive to that, and I'm aware of that. And I just want you to know that I will be praying, Lord, give you strength and wisdom and direction and energy as you're proceeding through the class. So again, let me just say welcome to the course. Please don't hesitate to message me if you have any questions or concerns. And I will be more than happy to try to address any of those questions as soon as possible. Praying for your success. God bless.